the throb at the end. Throb Chapman.
I must admit. Welcome back to Andertons TV, everybody.
Hello.
It's me and Pete.
We're back again,
studio,
aren't we? Yeah.
telling you to like and subscribe to this dirty old music channel.
You know what happened? Because I scanned this QR code that's on this amp here.
And did it say?
And it came up and said, you have to like and subscribe to the Andertons YouTube channel. And every time we hit another 10,000, you win something. We're almost hitting 900,000 now.
900,000.
I mean, that's close, isn't it?
That is close.
That's close. That's close.
Now, Mr. Pete.
Mr. Lee.
What is it? So, look. Gibson, everyone knows who Gibson are, right? The Falcon is an amplifier that Gibson made way back in the day, and the Gibson haven't made amps for a long time. I know there was a little dalliance back in the 80s or the 90s where, funnily enough, they were actually getting a company called Trace Elliott to make some amps.
Trace Elliott?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember. No wonder it didn't work out for them.
They had like the big black sort of vinyl amps, and they had like circles cut in the front with like a gold grill on
Yeah. Was that Trace Elliott that did those? Wow.
And then I don't think we've had anything from Gibson for a while, and then of course 2-3 years ago, maybe more than that, Gibson purchased Mesa Boogie, so I suppose it was inevitable that sooner or later Gibson would come back with an amp. And I must admit, I see this amplifier, unbelievably simple. It's got vibes of the sort of Fender Champ about it, you know, three controls, bit of reverb, volume, tone, a little bit more on your amplifier.
Princeton over here.
Massive price tag, so I'm going, why? Why does somebody spend this much money on an amp? And then you plug it in, and you just go, that's why, because it's just a vibe of, it's a little picture, it's a little snapshot of the 1950s and the 1960s where musicians just played these very simple, old, low wattage valve amplifiers, and they made a noise. Have you plugged
into a real amp today? That's what I want to know.
And that, everything that I was playing there, and I don't know about you, Pete, I wasn't paying attention.
No,
I just used the sound of the amp, and then I have the pedal on my board that actually I felt worked the best wasn't the drive pedal, it was the Duchess boost pedal. So it's just, all I'm doing for the solo is just going a little bit of extra volume into the amp.
I didn't do it. I've got the El Capistan on just for some slapback delay and a little extra spring. Otherwise, it was all on my.
I turned all the reverse delays, everything off there. I just really liked it. I really and again, it's a vibe. It suits an old rootsy bluesy vibe.
It's not loud. Let's put it like.
Loud.
Well,
it's not tight.
No, the headroom. It's not when you buy an amp like this, like a Princeton or the Champ. You're not looking for headroom in that kind of amp. You're looking for something that breaks up. Not quickly, but at the end of it, and then it breaks up and gives you a real nice. Can I just say, there is a slight me here, but there is a fan in this.
I was going to say, yours is fan cooled, isn't it?
It's fan cooled, which comes
can't
from.
Be a 1950s thing, can it?
Unless there's somebody.
There would have been literally two people in there with a big.
Just exactly in the back of the amp. So there is a fan in here. Let me just switch that off. Is it still?
No, that's just your standby switch, isn't it? So I think the fan is going to be on all the time. Right. Are you going to turn the power off to turn it off?
It's fine.
So look, mine is called a Falcon 5.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly here, it describes it as small but raucous. I would agree. Touch sensitivity, touch sensitive, harmonically rich tube tones. I'd agree with all that actually. The spec is a single-ended Class A single 6v6 tube power tube in there. So 6v6, if you're not familiar with that, that's the sort of the smaller version of a 6L6. So things like the Fender, Princeton and the Champ would have used that, especially the Princeton.
Yeah, it's a very old-fashioned tube.
It's a 7-watt amp that I can switch, and I was in the 7-watt mode, but I can switch it down to 3 watts if I want.
Nice.
Has a Jensen Blackbird 40 Alnico speaker, so again, think of those old big Alnico magnets, very reminiscent of the time.
It's a good speaker.
Literally just got 3 controls, volume, tone and reverb, and the reverb is an all-tube spring reverb. Yeah, nice handle.
That's made, that's made exactly after the old one, they said, so this is the same way they did it.
But didn't we
I think it's got leather inside.
Didn't we see an old Gibson amplifier in the vault in Nashville?
Saw this. They had this when we saw these. They had these
I thought we saw an old one that had that handle.
Exactly,
on it.
And the handle is the way they made it back on the original ones, which is really cool.
No, it's pretty cool. What are they? Little open back. Yeah, there's a I like it. I mean, again, I'm not actually a big aficionado on how close these are to the original ones.
No idea. I never played an original one.
No, but.
What are you playing,
turn my
Ellie?
tune off.
What are you playing,
Oh,
Ellie?
man alive. So what I have got here, and I need a photo of this, Tay, before I go, I've even dressed to match. This is how much of an influence this guitar's had on my life. Even my wardrobe is I didn't even realise until I turned up today. I went, you know what? These new green trousers that I started buying at the beginning of the year, it's clearly because I'm just so in love with this guitar, I've decided to try and even look like one. So this is a 54 Les Paul Custom that we've done with the two P90s, one with the staple pole pieces and one with the regular pole pieces on it. And we have done 2 or 3 of these in some different colours. So we've got an oxblood, we've got a olive drab, we've got more coming.
We've got cream, we got maybe be a purple, but
they're all Murphy labbed. So you've got these slightly different tuners, you know, with where the casing on the back is a little different.
We'll do a video on them because there's a story behind this guitar. And
it's
why
really expensive. It's much cheaper to buy a pair of green trousers and a black sweatshirt than it is one of these guitars, but there we go. I mean,
it's got that honk, the mid-range push.
Yeah,
honk.
I don't really know that you can say this is a clean. I mean, you have to roll the volume. It might go cleaner with a single coil guitar.
Maybe.
But I think that what I like about this is by just picking softly, that's the best way to make it clean. So that gives you that clean sound, but you know there's a little roar waiting to happen behind it without...
Roll the tone back a bit on the bridge pickup, and then oh yeah.
I mean, it's
that staple, man. It sounds so good. That staple P90 sounds so good.
I don't actually know. Does the staple supposed to sound different?
Yeah, because it's got a different
pole
visual. On it. No, it sounds different. It absolutely sounds different.
I mean, look, and then again, if I put the boost on, it just pushes the... Woo!
I tell you what, that's a little barky Scots Terrier or something in the backyard somewhere. Just
loads of money. I mean, again, I'm not even going to... I say loads of money. I mean...
It's relative.
It's not like millions of pounds, but it's, you know, it's at least 1,500 or 15, 16, something like
17,
that.
17, and I think this is $2,000. So
is it? So it's very much... yeah, it's not a jack of all trades kind of channel switching bit of everything amp. It's a snapshot of an era of guitar.
Yeah.
And I really like it. Yeah. I must admit, I think it probably makes for a reasonably decent small pedal amplifier just to, you know, sit at home and mess around with or record like we're doing now.
I see it as two. I see the man cave and I see the studio where you have to have that kind of sound that, you know.
Maybe we could, if the editor's got time and there were versions of the Falcon 5 back in the day and the Falcon, it's yours a 20, isn't it? Falcon 20. Yeah. Perhaps we can just flash those up on the screen now so you can see what they look like, see how close Gibson have got to sort of doing that reissue.
Let me tell you, shall I tell you about the 20?
Please. Or do you need the spec? Or
no,
do you know it?
I think I'm all right, actually. It's also, you didn't mention that it's got a tube-driven reverb, spring reverb in it. This has got the two 6v6s in it. It's got 3 modes of power. It's that Mr. Boogie's patented.
Oh, Dyna.
Something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah,
something like that. So you got
Dyna Very Watt.
Dyna Very Watt. So on the back end you got full, half, and low, and I believe it's 12, 7, and 1.
Okay.
All Class A. You've got a tone
Hang
again.
on, if it's got 2 valves in it, it can't be Class A.
No, but the one is Class A.
So when you go to 1 watt.
So we go to 1 watt, it's Class A, uses one of those tubes. Then you've got a throbbing tremolo circuit in here, also a valve-driven, tube-driven tremolo circuit. Reverb again, beautiful spring reverb. Tank is in here.
Oh, so you've got the same basic controls as I've got, you've just got 2 extra knobs for the tremolo circuit.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I also got 2 inputs here. So I got an input 1 and an input 2.
I do too. I didn't even see that. I bet 2 will give it a cleaner sound, right?
Yeah, it'll probably clean up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I've got a foot switch, which you haven't got. A really cool, sturdy foot switch, which got reverb and...
And you know where that foot switch has come from, don't you? That is a Mesa Boogie foot switch.
Absolutely.
100% a Mesa Boogie foot switch.
Yeah. No, you look, look inside it, and you can see, if you know boogie amps, like I know boogie amps, you can definitely see that.
Is there a cab clone inside it?
There's a cap built-in clap clone. Clap clone? I've got the clap clone. Anyway, enough of that. Let's try to just hear what it sounds like. Same speaker in these two, but this is 12-inch.
Right.
So 12-inch is, what is that? Like
2 inches better.
I keep telling my wife it's this much. Right, put reverb on there. Try the neck. Sorry.
I think that's just about the most perfect demo you could possibly have done from that, because the guitar sounds great. What is that?
This is a Murphy Lab 1958 335. So it's again not cheap, but I mean it is an incredible guitar.
The style of how you played that would have been, again, back in the day, so in 1958, the guitar player wouldn't have had overdrive pedals or anything like that, or any pedals for that matter. And all of the dynamics would be in the fingers and the guitar, and the lower wattage amplifier almost lends itself to that. But I thought that was some fabulous playing to just demonstrate.
Thank you. I'm just interested, curious, as they say. I'm channel curious. So that's channel 1.
So it should, if it's like a Fender amplifier, be a slightly padded input now.
Yeah, so it's cleaner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's try the tone control.
You might want to put it back into channel 1, because I think that input 2 tends to be darker sounding as well.
Okay, so here's tone all the way down to bass, halfway. Full up. You can hear that paper in the speaker.
Yep.
Crying.
I love Alnico speakers.
Yeah, man, it's great. And
they are quite loud. I've not been paying attention to the decibel meter. In fact, I must apologise to everybody that moans about the fact that we've obscured the decibel meter in recent videos. We'll unobscure it shortly.
Yeah,
but play the thing. You're hitting close on to 100 dB there. So.
Okay, so I'm running it now. This is halfway up on the volume, just to demonstrate what a 12-inch amp does, like the Princeton. If I turn it all, I'm just going to play a chord and then turn it up. It's not. It doesn't get much louder.
It made no difference to the decibel meter at all. It just gets much more compressed and distorted.
It just distorts, but it doesn't distort in a way that an overdrive pedal will distort. It's like this old-fashioned ripped speaker thing that is very, very, very different and very sort of. It does that, right?
Can you imagine 1950s or whenever these amps first came out? It's like the guitar players would be going, "Well, that's a broken sound, surely," like that. And it was but it inspired a whole new genre of music. Well, I like that amplifier.
Before we go,
I like it.
Reverb all the way up just to see
drippy.
what it does. Drips. And then, of course, I need the throbbing from Cock Robin. There's no pedals on.
Could you just put it back to like a middle volume, little reverb? No, it's still an input 1, no tremolo.
I like the input 2 because it's slightly less gainy.
I was going to just demo the 3
Oh yeah,
output
3.
modes,
Okay, I could do that.
but,
Okay, so.
no.
Okay, just wanted to hear what that did.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is.
Do you want me to do the switching while you
can do that, yeah. It's almost better without the reverb,
great
isn't it?
rock and roll.
Yeah, without the reverb, it's much better.
Do you know what, as well? I never see the point of low power volume switches because all it ever does is sound worse than full power. And if you just want the full power to be quieter, just turn it down.
Don't get me started.
I know. It's
this. I think for this is all right because you don't have a master volume on these. There's only a volume. So what happens if I go on 3 watts and I go all the way up on this?
Now, isn't it?
1 watt. Yeah, sorry, 1 watt. Sorry.
But all the way up volume.
All the way up volume. It's just got this.
Yeah,
it's just. Okay, let's just try something else. I want to see because I'm interested in these amps. I think they sound good. Full watts and channel 2. Bit of reverb. I think I prefer channel 2 there, you know, for clean. Let's see what it does. Just this overdrive pedal. That's the blue side of the Protein.
Such a good sounding guitar.
And the guitar's amazing. It sounds good, man, with just a bit of boost. I love it.
Could we hear it with some single coils just very quickly and then we'll jam out? Maybe we'll swap amps
we'll
go jam out or something.
Completely the other direction and goes.
Another guitar that was inspired by a guitar that was out round about those early 50s.
Yeah. Input.
That is much cleaner.
Much cleaner. See, this I like. This I really like. See, that's then you get the Fender
it's the
via
sound.
the Princeton vibe with those 6v6s out of it. That sort of. I love that, man. That's great. Oh, that reverb is
big
impressive.
reverb, isn't it?
I think I've got.
Oh, you had two reverb on reverb.
Spring in there.
No pedals.
I play that all
No
day
pedals,
long.
no digital modelling, no nothing. Just old stuff played by old
Men.
people. It sounds good.
It's good,
All
man.
right, well, look, that's it.
I'm really enjoying it.
There you go. The links are below. These are now available to buy in the UK. Not from every, well, maybe from every Gibson dealer. I can't remember. Or is it just from Mesa Boogie dealers? I can't remember. You can definitely buy them from Andertons. I know that.
Yeah.
And links are below. So yeah, check them out. Enjoy.
That's a great album.
Yeah.